Glad to have you along as the Bobcats get ready to take on the Lancers of North Scott in this 3-6 matchup. North Scott, the 3 seed, the Bobcats, the 6 seed. North Scott coming with a record of 28-10 in their 39th game here this afternoon. They were second place on the MAC Conference. The Mississippi Athletic Conference at 14-4 mark this year as the Bobcats winning the WAMAC East Division for the second year in a row as their 10th conference title in their final season in the WAMAC Conference as they move to the MVC next year. The Bobcats at 33-9, getting set for their 43rd game, their first trip back to the state tournament since 2012. The Bobcats have 6 overall state tournament appearances. You throw in those 2 fall trips back in 1971 and 72. Summer appearances, 3. They're 3-3 last time here. 1-1 in 2012 and 05. They were 0-1. And in 2006, they were 2-1 and runner-up. As North Scott getting back here for the 4th time in program history, their first time since 2015. They have not won a game here at Principal Park. And when they did get their win, it came in the 2004 season when they beat Mason City, and that was held at Marshalltown, as 05 was the first year of the Principal Park venue here for the state tournament. Now in its 14th season as Western Dubuque gets set to take on North Scott. Jeff Horst, you've seen both of these teams the last couple years. The Bobcats most recently here as a 33-9 squad. Impressive victory in that sub-state final, 9-0 over Cedar Rapids Prairie, a third-ranked team. A lot of teams in the top rankings going down in Class 4A. We just saw another one this afternoon. Cedar Rapids, Washington nipping Johnston here, the number 1 seed. Johnston going down to the 8th seed, Cedar Rapids, Washington. So a lot of good parity and quality 4A play here in the world of high school baseball.
Yeah, 4A baseball can't be any stronger than ever. The parity is throughout the league. The great thing about it is if you have good pitching, you can play late into the season. Western Dubuque has excellent starting pitching.
As we'll see one of those pitchers here today, Calvin Harris getting the start for the Bobcats as the sophomore commit to Ole Miss, as he'll be on the mound, and his catcher will be Mr. Ludwig. Devin Ludwig will be the catcher, setting the rest of the defensive lineup for the Bobcats. Quagliano, Bryan, and Lehman left to right. Nauman, Goodman, Gasper, and Bierman around the infield for the battery of Ludwig and Harris. Will set the North Scott lineup coming up here as the Bobcats head coach Casey Bryan in his 19th season. He's 4 away from 500 victories. He's 71 on the all-time active list right now, one of 8 active over 400 wins in the history of varsity boys basketball coaches. 496 wins and 255 losses. 19th season, started back in 2000. He's got 4 state appearances with 05, 06, 12, and 18. As we are almost set for the first pitch, it's coming shortly here at Bobcat State Baseball. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. And welcome back in to Principal Park in Des Moines, the capital city, on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, the 25th day of July. The almost final Wednesday, second to final Wednesday in the month of July. 83 degrees, feel like temp of 84. The sunny conditions, 7 miles an hour on the southerly winds. Humidity sitting at 56%. Very nice evening for baseball here. 2-4-A quarter for our third one here with Western Dubuque and North Scott. As Western Dubuque, the visiting team with the 6th seed, Damon Jager will lead things off as the DH. Sam Goodman batting second, the shortstop. Calvin Harris, the pitcher, batting third. The cleanup man is Kyle Lehman. The right fielders are Naaman, the third baseman, is batting in the 5 hole. Zach Bierman, the first baseman, in the 6th slot. Peyton Quagliano, the left fielder, is batting 7th. Hitting 8th is Devin Ludwig, the catcher, and Ben Bryant, the center fielder, bats in the 9 hole. For head coach Bryant is Ryan Gasper as the second baseman, and Jager's hitting for him. Defensively, for North Scott, Helton, Mosley, and Mathetis left to right. Sonny, Webster, Schneider, and Dobby around the infield. Barreca is the catcher, and Dennison on the mound for the Lancers. He was the starting pitcher in the only meeting of this year between these two teams back on June 16th, a Saturday in Waterloo. 2 non-conference games, and they were round robin. As 5-4, North Scott got the win in that one-run contest. As Bierman got the start, went 4 2/3 and gave up 5 runs. Goodman closed it out for the Bobcats as we get closer for this one. Kyle Dennison and his 11th start, 14 5-1 record, 61 innings pitched, 2 saves, 49 hits against, 29 runs against, 11 earned runs, a 1.26 ERA, 13 walks, 8 hit batters, and 42 strikeouts, 209 batting average for Dennison. As standing in is Jager, 134 bats, most on the team, 45 runs scored. That leads the column as well. 38 hits, 9 doubles, 15 runs batted in, 284 hitter. We are underway exactly 5 o'clock as a ball misses the zone that time. 1-0 the count. The Damon Jager. This is a foul ball left side. And the on-deck hitter, they get a piece of the on-deck hitter. Goodman?
No. He just made a whiff on the attempt to field it.
He tried to field it and couldn't come up with it. He was frustrated with himself. I don't know if he was shaking his hand off or not happy he didn't catch it. It was the latter. As ball 2 there, 2-1 the count. Here to Damon Jager. The dimensions here, 335 down the lines, 400 straight away. There's a base hit into left field between the 5-6 hole. In left field off the bat of Damon Jager. He starts this game off with a single and gives himself his 39th hit of the season now. Nice piece of hitting there. Took that ball where it wanted to go, right in left field.
He sat back and waited on it and punched it through the hole.
And Sam Goodman stands in now. Goodman, the junior, 35 hits, 38 runs scored, 28 RBI, 271 average. Calvin Harris waits on deck, showing bunt, pulling back, taking a ball on inside, ball 1. 1-0, the count to Goodman. Goodman does have 4 sacrifices on the year. On base percentage of .413, slugging of .357. For Goodman, who is committed to play college baseball, Wichita State, only a junior. 3 commits on this team, Goodman, Bierman, and Harris. Coach Bryant and company. 1-0. Here's a strike. Waist high on the outer half, says the home plate umpire. For the first strike to Goodman, and the count is even now, 1-1. Ricardo Avellero, Joshua Baxter, Trent Powers and Michael Kelly are the umpires. Home to third. As there is a runner going, bouncing ball over the head of the third baseman, Sonny, into left field, and runners will be on first and second. So 2 hits to the left side start this game for the Bobcats. It brings up Calvin Harris now.
Goodman with a nice job hitting with 2 strikes. He didn't get the bunt down, but he's able to get the ball in play, and good things happen when you put it in play.
Right over the head of the third baseman, Sonny again. Into left field, back-to-back hits for the Bobcats offense. Calvin Harris, the starting pitcher, likes to see that. He stands in now, the talented lefty, only a sophomore, been starting and playing varsity ball as a 8th grader. Takes a ball up and out there. 1-0 the count to Harris. 54 hits, 37 runs, 9 triples. He's got 10 doubles, 8 home runs. Leads a team of 15 home run team with 8. All inside and low after a ball. 2-0 the count. 51 runs batted in leads the squad. He's walked 28 times, and Goodman lead the team in that column. As Harris batting .419, slugging percentage of .822. And there's ball 3. 3-0 the count. Recca will go out and have a word with Dennison here, as Harris will stand back in when we're ready with a 3-0 count.
I know all coaches and even umpires worry about the first start of the game. You hope everybody's ready to play and the pitcher isn't overhyped and throws strikes. And 3-0 to a very good hitter, Calvin Harris. He's sitting in a good spot right now.
As Dennison back on the rubber looking, and the pitch is a strike. At the knees in the inside corner for strike 1. Harris takes it. Runners on first and second. I second-guessed myself. Had to look at my calendar. It is the final Wednesday in July, thanks to our great listeners listening in. Yeah, who's counting? Just our faithful listeners. Handful of umpires listening in to critique your color analysis here tonight. Usually they're coming to watch your games to critique you calling balls and strikes or outs and saves.
Matt Nauman and Nick Callahan.
Yes, they're listening. And Larry Sharp from Monticello as well. There's a swing and a miss. Might have got a ball went out of the catcher's glove, but it was a swing and a miss. They called it, drop third. Automatically out is Harris for the swinging K for round number 1. Kyle Lehman now will stand in. So that's a big get there for Dennison, who was down 3-0 and came back and got Harris swinging. Here's a strike in the inside corner, thigh high for strike 1 on the count.
Boy, for the Bobcats, you want Calvin Harris in that situation again. He's only struck out, now 6 times on the season. He usually puts the ball in play.
Now this one's a swing and a miss, and a pitch down and away for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Here to Kyle Lehman, another one of the leading hitters on this team. 46 hits, 39 runs scored. He's knocked in 20, 5 home runs, second on the team in that column. A .390 hitter. He leads the team in on base percentage, .529. The 0-2 is outside at high, ball 1. 1-2 the count with 1 down. Runners on first and second. Bobcats trying to score first here in this Class 4A quarterfinal. The third of 4 of them today. There is a pitch on the inside corner at the knees. Came back in. And Lehman caught looking. The second strikeout off the arm of Dennison. Out number 2. Sawyer Nauman will stand in now.
But Dennison's found his groove here in the last 2 hitters. He's got his rhythm. Don't think there's not momentum in baseball. There certainly is.
No doubt about it. As Dennison gets some confidence after those 2 hits to left field. There's a ball that misses. Sawyer Nauman, the third baseman, a freshman, 19 doubles, leads the team in that column. A .378 hitter, 32 runs, 42 hits, 34 runs batted in. All 2 there, 2-0 the count. With 2 down, runners on first and second. And the 2-0 is a ball off the plate for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Here to Nauman, the 5th batter in this lineup. We've had 2 hits and then 2 strikeouts. Top half of this first inning. And the 3-0 is a strike in the inside corner at the knees. Nauman thought he worked himself a walk, but enough for a strike, says Mr. Valero, the home plate umpire. For strike 1, 3-1 the count. There's a ball foul off the end of the bat, right side.
This is where you hope Nauman can put the ball in play. The runners will be going on the pitch, and the merry-go-round can begin if he can find a gap.
And back in and ready. Nauman, the right-handed batter. 3-2, 2 outs. Sends this one deep to left field, but going to be foul. high above the left field foul ground there to let the foul pole, the Budweiser Bud Club area for Iowa Cubs games here. Sec Taylor Field at Principal Park. Here in Des Moines, there is, it hit him?
Yep.
Got a piece of Nauman, so would have been ball 4 anyway, but the hit batter officially, and the bases are full here. Brings up Zach Bierman.
Big point and moment here. If the Bobcats can get the bottom of the order to deliver a couple runs, it'll be a bonus to squeeze out down here. There's bases loaded, 2 outs. They had 2 on and nobody out. Good opportunity here.
And Zach Bierman stands in, fouls this one back right side out of play. Bierman, a junior, another talent on this team. 28 hits, 22 runs, and 1 home run, 8 doubles, 280 hitter. He does lead the team along with his teammate Ryan Gasper with most strikeouts with 26. Takes the ball there. We're even at 1-1 to count as Bierman committed earlier this year to Illinois State, but they've had a coaching change, and it'll be to determine where he'll go, if he'll still go to Illinois State or not.
I heard on the rumor mill Creighton was
going to change to Creighton now.
Possibly a location. Bauman got hit for the 16th time. The 3 Bobcats now have been hit 16 times this year.
Bauman, the freshman, the latest. The other 2 are Lehman and Ben Bryant. 1-1 to count here from Dennison. This is a ground ball. Right side gets past the runner and the first baseman, Dobby. 1 run will score. Jaeger comes in. The throw is a good one right at the plate. Having to hold at third is Goodman, but the Bobcats strike first. They lead this game 1-0.
Big hit by Bierman. Hit it hard enough to get by the first baseman. He was occupied holding the runner on, and Bobcats strike first. If they're pitching 3 games against 4A competition, you got to be happy.
You like your chances. The RBI. And the hit, the third hit of the inning for the Bobcats. Bierman gets the latest one. Quagliano stands in, chops aside, strike 1. On the count to Peyton Quagliano, the left fielder, the 7th batter here for Western Dubuque. Peyton, a sophomore, 24 hits, 23 runs knocked in. He scored 11 times, a .233 hitter. As he's ready, swung on and missed for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Quagliano. For Zach Bierman, his 29th hit of the year, and knocking in his 21st run as the Bobcats lead 1-0. Top of the first inning. The 0-2, forthcoming from Dennison. On the way, it's skied right side. First baseman Dobby has a beat on it, right on the first base foul line in front of the bag, and he puts it away. Bobcats do get 1 and take the 1-0 lead to the bottom half of inning number 1. This is Western Dubuque State Baseball, KMCH Sports. John and Jeff back with you from Principal Park in Des Moines. Bobcats leading this game 1-0 after getting one run on 3 hits, stranding 3. No North Scott errors in that top of the first inning as North Scott stands in for the first time in this one. Tony Barreca, the catcher, standing in to face Calvin Harris. Guagliano, Bryan, and Lehman left to right. Nauman, Goodman, Gasper, and Bierman around the horn. Ludwig and Harris, the battery. 2-0 the count to Barreca. As Barreca, one of the top players for North Scott, been playing since he was a freshman. Now a senior, one of 9 on the roster for the co-head coaches, Travis Rouse and Brad Ward. Longtime former assistant coaches here at North Scott, taking over in their first season. Last year, North Scott 23-6 at Davenport West, 11-2. Here's a sharp hit, ground ball left side in the hole. That's the after the shortstop. Goodman will go into left field for the first hit of the game for North Scott. And it'll bring up Cale Webster now.
Barreca's a first-team all-conference player in the MAC, and he's a Georgetown commit.
And Barreca, also a .458 senior hitter, earned himself first team in the Southeast District of the Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association, as Webster will stand in now. With one on, nobody out. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Bobcats. The lead.
I'd expect to see a lot of ground balls from Calvin Harris. He has a really good breaking ball.
Harris goes an off-speed pitch there. Tails back in at the knees on the inside corner for strike one. On one the count here to Cale Webster for Calvin Harris. This is his 7th start. He's got a 7-1 mark on the season. 46 innings pitched. He's given up 15 hits, 5 runs. Ball outside, misses low. For ball one, we're in 1-1. A .46 ERA, 3 earned runs for Harris. He's walked 14, hit 3, struck out 93 in those 46 innings. Opponents are hitting .097 against him. And there's a ball misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Cale Webster. Webster, a senior, 45 hits, 3rd on the team, 37 runs scored. That's 2nd, 4 doubles, 1 home run. A .385 hitter is the left-handed Webster. Here's a bouncing ball right side. Gasper gets to it, but cannot corral it as it's out of his reach. By the time he got it, no play anywhere. And runners on first and second here with Chase Mosley standing in.
Tough break for the Bobcats. I don't know if they would have got 2. I don't believe they would have, but they certainly would have got an out at one of the 2 bases if he was able to pick it cleanly. Probably at first base, but Calvin Harris getting ground balls. He'll get out of this if he keeps tossing those out there.
All you can ask for is a pitcher there. They've not officially put up anything on the board yet. I'm thinking it'll be an error. And there it is, the first error of the game, the E4 on the second baseman, Gasper. Chase Mosley standing in, the center fielder. Mosley, a junior. 31 hits, 32 runs. Got 3 triples, 4 sacrifices. He's 20 of 20, the leading stolen base getter here for North Scott, a .344 hitter. He's showing bunt, pulls back, takes the ball outside. Now a snap throw down, getting back in time as the ball gets passed. The second shortstop, Goodman, covering the bag, is Ludwig. Throwing it to second as he saw the runner, Barreca, was well off and tried to sneak in the back door, but the ball went in the center field. Bryant was there for the backup. A 1-0 count here to Chase Mosley. Mosley, another first-team Southeast District player for North Scott, junior. Hitting .365. There is a strike. 1-1 the count to Mosley.
Mosley has a brother that plays at Kirkwood named Chili. I always think of Chili Davis.
The Cubs hitting coach now. Former Minnesota Twin. He plays for Angels.
Giants.
Plays for Giants.
Probably a few others.
1-1 the count. Here to Mosley, the third batter. Runners on first and second. Nobody down. This is skied. Shallow center field. Coming on is Bryant. And Bryant will put it away. A fly out to the center fielder for out number 1 brings up Brooks Sonny now, the third baseman, as Sonny, all-conference MAC player, also another Southeast District first-teamer. Sonny, a .479 hitter during the season As another one of the seniors for North Scott coming in here, average of 480 now. 14 doubles, leads the team in that category. Also runs batted in 43. He's walked 26 times. 48 hits, 31 runs scored. Takes a strike there. Or strike one. 0-1 the count here to Brooks Sonny, the fourth batter in this inning. We've had a hit, an error, and a flyout. So 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the first. Bobcats lead this game 1-0. Here's a foul ball off the left foot of Sonny for strike 2. 0-2 the count.
The Lancers have only hit 3 home runs all year. Their ballpark is a normal dimension ballpark. The ball flies out of there pretty well. There's something to think about here, John, is you got the cleanup hitter up. This outfield, where you position your outfield. Do you play him a little shallow or a little deeper? A lot of people go a little deeper. Opens up some grass.
A medium depth right now. Center field, the right field anyway. The left fielder is back at hand. There's a swing and a miss by Sonny for the swinging strikeout for out number 2. Harris Mathias will stand in now.
If you ever get the opportunity to sit behind the catcher, Harris has a tremendous sharp breaking curveball. And then when you sit on that, he's got a good enough arm to blow the fastball by it.
Talent is Calvin Harris, only a sophomore. Many talented athletes on this Western Dubuque team. Reason why they're second best win record-wise in Bobcat baseball history. A strike there to Jake Mathias now. For strike 1, 0-1 the count. There's a ball downstairs, misses for ball 1. 1-1 the count. It's the most wins in school program history. Came back in 2012. Their last state trip here, the Bobcats were 35-10. 2 behind that 35 mark here this year with a 33-9 campaign. The ball misses upstairs for ball 2 there. 2-1 the count. Bobcats were 32-7-1 last year. That was the second most wins until this year came around. They lost first round to Davenport Central a year ago, 5-2. They 2-1 here, swung at and missed, fooled Mathias that time. The lefty swung through that one with not a full cut. And he's even with the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The fifth batter is North Scott lineup with runners on first and second, 2 away. And the bottom of inning number 1, 1-0 Bobcats lead. Here's the fastball that misses up. 4-3. We're full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Mathias. As Jake is sophomore, 40 hits, 14 runs, 31 runs driven in it, 351 hitter on the season, 423 on base, 474 the slugging percentage for Mathias. And the 3-2. Strike 3. Throws him outer half above the knees, and Harris gets out of it with 2 strikeouts after a fly out. After the first 2 get on, and we go to the second with the Bobcats leading 1-0. This is Bobcat State Baseball, KMCH Sports. With its studio producer Ashley Vick, John Swisher, Jeff Horst back with you. There's a line drive, hot shot down the third base line off the bat of Devin Ludwig, the catcher for the Bobcats. Foul ball for strike one. On one, the count, 8-9-1 slated here for Western Dubuque. Ludwig, they lead this game 1-0 as we venture into the top of the second inning. There's a ball. Gets a piece of Ludwig there. As it clipped his belt, maybe his lower part of his jersey there. Ludwig will be the second hit batter for the Bobcats here. Taking his place at first brings up Ben Bryant now.
In the 8-team state tournament field, Western Dubuque leads the field in walks with 201 in their second in hit batters, hit by pitch. So they're currently at 69.
300 hitting team is Western Dubuque. North Scott comes in 324 average on the year. They've been hit 43 times on the season. And there is a strike taken by Bryant. As a walks for North Scott, they've taken 148 on the season. Runner on first, nobody down. Ben Bryant, son of head coach Casey Bryant, the 19th season veteran. We talked about starting in the year 2000. He's 4 away from 500. There's a strike. Waist high on the other half for strike two. 0-2 the count. Here to Ben Bryant, the number 9 hitter. Bryant, the sophomore, 26 runs, 16 hits, 13 runs batted in, a 200 hitter. On the season, he's been hit 16 times, just like Nauman and Lehman. Takes the ball downstairs there, 1-2 the count.
Coach Bryant has something in common with your Cubs. He's got 17 years with the Cubs. Did you know that, John?
17 years with the Cubs. 1-2 the count.
Piasta Cubs.
Good one. There's a swing and a miss. For strike three, Bryant goes down, swinging for the first out. And it brings up the top of the order Damon Jenker, who got a hit and scored his first time in that first inning.
Semi-pro ball is really active in Northeast Iowa. They have a lot of good teams and a lot of good players.
Dubuque County, of course. Yes. People know. There's a ball sky on left side. Going to get out of play for a foul ball, strike one. 0-1 the count. Western Dubuque, the largest school busing district in the state of Iowa with 19 communities. 708 on the enrollment for the Class 4A school. Western Dubuque. North Scott just a little bigger. Enrollment of 711. As the 0-1 count here to Jagers, he rips that one down the line. That's going to be fouled for strike two. 0-2 the count. Here to Damon Jager, 89 miles from the high school at Epworth. 2 hours and 52 minutes. The jaunt from there here to Principal Park in Des Moines for North Scott. 2.5 hour drive, 169 miles from Eldridge to be exact. The 0-2 here to Jager. The runner on and one down. This is a ground ball left side. And we'll stay with no balls and 2 strikes.
Coach Bryant's tried several times to sacrifice today. When you get out here, those little things can add up. The catchers can all throw. It's not an automatic to steal a base.
As the 0-2 is chopped left side. Third baseman cannot bring it in. Sonny had it bounce over his glove and into left field. The shortstop, Webster, couldn't get to it either. And on with his second hit of the game, Sam Goodman will stand in with runners on first and second, 1 away. Goodman had to hit the left field his first time up and was stranded. And that 1-run first inning. 1-0 Bobcats, top of the second here.
Sonny got caught in between there. He should have come in and maybe short-hopped it, but I think he was thinking double play ball.
It's from Denniston, hits his third batter. Goodman nailed in the lower back. He'll be on first. Jager moves to second, Ludwig on third. 3 hit batters in the first inning and a third. And that'll bring out North Scott coaching here to have a word with his battery and the infield with 1 out and the bases full. Bobcats.
Little trivia for you, John. Can you name the Major League Baseball player that graduated from North Scott High School?
North Scott.
Brief career, 100 at-bats.
What did he play for?
Los Angeles Dodgers, third base.
Think about that.
Don't be typing in your...
I need to. What era?
In the 90s. Early 90s? Late 80s. He's an Iowa State grad.
Good one. 1 out here. Base is full. Calvin Harris will stand in. A runner on every base here for the Bobcats, as Dennison has thrown 41 pitches now. One out here in the second inning. Bobcats already lead this game 1-0. Try to add more here. And there's a swing and a miss by Harris, who struck out swinging his first time in the first inning. 0-1 the count. The initials.
MB.
B. 0-1 the count. And there's a strike on the outside corner at the knees for strike two. 0-2 the count. There was the one down. Would you say just the Dodgers he played for?
Yes. Only 100 at bats. He ended up going to Korea and playing over there for I think a few years.
The 0-2. There's a ball driven into shallow center field. The center fielder goes back. Now he comes in. Mosley comes in, plays it off the hop. One run will score, and the bases will be loaded. An RBI, one out single. Off the bat of Calvin Harris gives the Bobcats a 2-0 lead here as Mosley could not read that ball properly off the bat. He went back, which you're supposed to do, but he went too far back, and he had a travel in front of him to come all the way in to get that ball, and he wasn't going to get to it. And the Bobcats benefit from that. Harris with the RBI single. Base is still loaded. Brings up Kyle Lemon now. He grounds this one right side. First baseman throwing home. Errant throw. One run scores. And another one will scamper in. And the Bobcats open things up here with 3 runs in this inning. Leading now 4-0, runners on second and third.
You know, something that goes unseen here, people, Sam Goodman did not get forced out at second base on that in-between play from the outfield. It's easy. He was kind of caught in no man's land, but he hustled down to second base and was able to get in there. And now, first baseman just gets in a hurry. I think he had more time than he realized, and he threw wildly to home.
Kyle Lemon made it to second base. One out here, runners on second and third. Sawyer Nauman is in there. Another hit batter clips him on the arm as he goes by. And Nauman is on first base with the 4th hit batter in this game, the 3rd this inning.
He must have wanted to get the team lead because he has it now at 17. Did he make an attempt? Just kidding.
As 3 runs are in here to say, what'd you say? I didn't hear you. One out. As there's a ball skied right side, deep down the line. There goes the right fielder. Mercedes will put it away. And 1 run will score on the tag, the F9 off the bat of Bierman. Bobcats increase their lead now, 5-0.
Nice play by the right fielder for North Scott. He traveled quite a ways in unfamiliar area, and he was able to make the catch, and no chance at all to throw anybody out at home.
Bierman getting his job done on the RBI sac fly. A second out. Here's a ground ball left side, and he call him out of the out of baseline or not?
Yeah, when the play's being made on you, you have 6 feet, 3 feet either way. He definitely extended beyond the 3 feet. The third base umpire racked him up properly.
That's the call that I was expecting, but he threw the ball anyway. 5-U there for the putout. As the Bobcats strike for 5 runs. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 5-0 Western Dubuque. Back after this from KMCH Sports. We're back into Principal Park. A hard shot down the line. It'll be a stand-up double to start off this bottom of the second for Trevor Lynch, a designated hitter for North Scott, to get their second hit of the game. Trying to find an answer here after Western Dubuque putting up 4 runs on 2 hits, leaving 2 runners on base in the top half of the second inning. They lead this game 5-0 now, the last of inning number 2. First extra base hit for the Lancers as the double for Trevor Lynch. As Lynch had his 26th hit there, his 3rd double, the 61st double for the Lancers. Bobcats batted 9 that top of the second inning for 4 more runs. Or even here to Kyle Dennison, 1-1 the count. Great confidence when you have a pitcher out there like Calvin Harris. You never want to let up or relax, but he definitely gives himself some confidence here, knowing that his offense backed him up there with a 4 spot, and they lead now 5-0 early on.
If you're a Bobcat fan or coach or player, 5-run lead, or if you was told you have a 5-run lead with their pitching staff, you got to feel your chances are very good to succeed.
Very comfortable feeling for sure. As the 1-2 to Dennison on the way, swung on and missed. Just a little bit off. Dennison chased it and went down swinging. 3rd strikeout for Harris. 2nd swinging variety. He brings up Austin Schneider now. The second baseman, number 8 hitter. Schneider is a junior. 9 runs, 7 hits. 4 runs batted in, and 189 hitter. Stands in with a runner on second, 1 away. Swing and a miss for strike 1 on the count. Western Dubuque averages 7 runs a game, scored 311 coming in, giving up 126. Only allowing 3 runs per contest this year. Quickly 2 strikes to Schneider there, 0-2 the count for North Scott. 238 runs scored, 153 against. Give up 4 a game, and they score 6 a contest. The Lancers, second place team on the back. Here's a ball inside off the plate for ball 1, 1-2 the count.
You don't see 4A hitters get buckled that much on a curveball. That tells you how much movement Calvin Harris has on his stuff.
As he comes back here with the 1-2 pitch, first he steps off, takes time, takes off his glove, and rubs the baseball down a little bit. 1-run games for North Scott. They're 7-6. They've been shut out 2 times. They're 6-2 in shutouts. Bobcats are 11-1 in shutout contests. Foul ball left side off the bat of Schneider. And we'll do the 1-2 count coming up here again.
North Scott's got a guy up and warming up in the bullpen down there. I don't know if they're going to. Dennison's thrown probably a few pitches already.
29 for Calvin Harris. Pitch number 30 is grounded left side. Third baseman Nauman is there. He fires across as the throw sails above the head of the runner, Bierman, to Goodman. Snags that one after the 5-3 ground out for out number 2. Austin Helton stands in now.
Almost a ill-advised throw there. I don't think he really had a shot, and you're glad that didn't run into the bullpen.
I agree.
And give up an unearned run.
You read my mind there. As Austin Helton, the number 9 batter, left fielder, standing in. 22 runs, 25 hits. 7 runs batted in, 248 on the average. No relation to Todd Helton, but he is what you say, a cousin or brother to Austin.
He is the brother
to Sean.
Brother to Sean Helton, a basketball official who going to replace Mark Gassman on my crew.
Also assistant baseball coach at Central DeWitt.
Yeah, he loves baseball, Sean does. Obviously his brother does too.
Swung and fouled in the batter's box for strike 1. 1-1 the count now. Ludwig will take time and have a word with Calvin Harris, his home plate umpire. We'll brush off home plate here. 1-1 the count, 2 down, runner on third. At the bottom of the second inning. 5-0 Bobcats lead. This game 37 minutes old, about an hour and 40-minute. Check that 2 hours and 10-minute second game this afternoon as Johnston was upset by Cedar Rapids, Washington. The first game today, West Des Moines Valley improved to 28-15. They took down Waukee 5-1. So Cedar Rapids, Washington, West Des Moines Valley in the semifinal tomorrow night at 7:30. Friday night at 7:30, I should say, here at Principal Park. The winner of this one will take on the winner of the late game tonight, Urbandale and Marshalltown. 1-2 the count here to Helton.
Harris is really tough, and right there you've seen that mid-80 fastball, and the batter's all bottled up.
Swing and a miss. Inside pitch. And another strikeout. Fourth of the game for Calvin Harris. Shutting down this North Scott offense. So the Bobcats leading 5-0 for the third we go. Back after this, KFCH 4. Top of the third inning is here. Devin Ludwig starts things off for the Bobcats. 8-9-1. Ludwig, Bryant, and Jaeger as the Bobcats lead this game 5-0. 1 in the first, 4 in the second. 5 hits so far. An error by both teams. Just 2 hits for North Scott's offense. Dennison still on the mound as he just throws pitch number 51. It's a strike, and the count's now 1-2 to Devin Ludwig, who was hit by a pitch and scored the first of those 4 runs in that 4-run second inning for the Bobcats. This one's a hard grounder left side. Gobbled up by Webster. The throw over. Good stretch by Dobby at first. And the 6-3 ground out for round number 1 brings up Ben Bryant now, who struck out swinging his first time up in the second inning. They batted 9 in that second inning at Western Dubuque, scoring 4 more runs on 2 hits as they stranded 2 runners on base. Bryant, the sophomore, digs in here and takes that one downstairs for a ball. 1-0 the count. Glad to have you along from Principal Park in Des Moines here this Wednesday evening. We'll have Northland State baseball tomorrow. There's a strike in the outer half. Even 1-1 the count. Northland taking on Lisbon, a rematch of Tri-Rivers Conference teams. Lisbon beating them in 2 one-run games back in June near Troy Mills. 1-2 now the count here to Ben Bryant. Brian Wheatley will join me around 1:15 tomorrow afternoon for Northland State baseball. The Lynx winning their first game in the tournament last Saturday afternoon, beating Remsen St. Mary's. After Remsen took them down a year ago in a quarterfinal, here's another hit batter. As taking on the left leg is Bryant. As we had 3 hit batters in that second inning, 1 in the first. So the 5th hit batter of this game, Ben Bryant. A 1-out hit by pitch brings up Damon Jaeger now. And Bryant plunked for the 17th time. Now he leads the team in that category.
Now he's tied with Mr. Nauman, I believe. He's gotten plunked a couple times today.
Nauman has?
Yes.
Oh, he has. You're right. Sawyer Nauman, he came in. You're right. He had tied at 17. He had 15 coming in. Good catch there. Nauman's been hit twice in this game in that 5 spot in the first and second innings. Now is Damon Jenger fouling this one back to the net. With a foul ball, strike one. 0-1 the count, runner on first. One away here in the top of the third. Bobcats lead 5-0.
Speaking earlier about the Tri-Rivers, Northland, Lisbon, Alburnett, there's some good small school baseball going on in eastern northeast part of the state.
1-1 the count. Been going on for the last few years. This one skied left side. Left fielder drifting over is Helton. He'll make the catch. For out number 2, the F7 brings up Sam Goodman now. Lisbon, the 2 seed. Northland, the 3 seed tomorrow afternoon. It's 2 down here in the top of inning number 3. Western Dubuque, if they can win, they would play Friday night at 5 o'clock.
I'm kind of surprised Western Dubuque isn't running. According to the stat sheet, Bereka's only caught 9 base stealers out of 43 attempts. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It may not be, but according to the quick stats,
it should be if it's on there, but you never know. 0-1 the count. Bobcats 131, 139 stolen base department. Here's a bouncing ball to right field. Davis coming in. Gets it to second, but not before the 2-out single off the bat of Sam Goodman, his second hit of the game. A slow bouncer into right field. Bryant gets the second. Runners on first and second. Calvin Harris will be standing in now for Goodman. He's got 37 hits now on the season. Harris had a hit and an RBI his last time up. 52 RBIs now, 55 hits. Both those lead the column on the team, and takes the ball outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count with 2 away. Runners on first and second. Western Dubuque leads this game 5-0.
Harris is the right guy to have up here in this moment again.
And there's the ball downstairs. The ball 2, 2-0 the count. Western Dubuque looking for their 4th Summer State win. They're 5-5 all time, going back to 1971, their first state appearance in the fall. 2 fall appearances, 71-72. Bouncing ball right side, second baseman Schneider scoops it up, gets it to second for the force out, and that's the way our top of the third comes to a close. To the bottom half we go. Western Dubuque still leads 5-0. Back after this from KMC Sports.
Still at.
Back in bottom of the third inning, 5-0 Western Dubuque. Class for a quarterfinal game. This one's ripped off the bat of Bereka into center field for his second hit of the game. The third hit for the Lancers against Calvin Harris. That brings up Cale Webster now as for Bereka. 2 hits, puts him at 60 on the year. Southeast District first teamer. Cale Webster stands in now. Another first teamer, Southeast District, a utility player for Webster. 382 hitter as a senior. The left-hander takes a strike at the knees, right down the pipe for strike 1. 0-1 the count, and had a balk there as Bereka will go to second on the balk call.
I believe Harris did not pause So no discernible pause. A change of direction is not legitimate. You have to definitely see.
So the pitch is wiped off. No count here, 0-0.
Third base ump has a great look at that. Yep. Now we got to pause.
There is a ball off the plate for ball one. 1-0 to count. We'll answer our trivia question here coming up that I'm sure a lot of people know. I've never heard of them before. As there is a ball in the dirt, gets away from Ludwig. He chases it. A wild pitch will get Barreca to third. As Michael Anthony Bush. Mike Bush, the baseball player, graduated from North Scott. He was born July 7th, 1968. Born in Davenport. As Jeff said, he played Major League Baseball and then went to Korea organization for the Hanwha Eagles. As 3-0 the count here. Hill Webster standing back in. Runner on third. Nobody out. We're in the last of the third inning.
Played for the Dodgers.
With the Dodgers MLB, as we said, there's a ball upstairs for ball four, and Webster will take the base on balls. Chase Mosley will stand in now.
Key moment here for Bobcats. If you give up a run here, not a big deal. You don't want to give up. Hey, keep this thing in perspective and just get out.
Mosley standing in with runners on first and third. Nobody down. And the strike to the outside corner at the knees. Mosley can't believe it. Gives a look to the home plate umpire.
When I'm umpiring, I can't believe when the pitcher always looks back at me on the pitch, and then when he's pitching, he thinks everything's a strike, John.
That happens. When the batters look back too, ball downstairs. For ball 1-1 and 1 the count.
They might see that on Major League TV a little bit. Give them that idea, huh?
Just a little. And college ball, I'm sure, a little bit. That's why high school umpires are a little forgiving at times, but there's a fine line of that and showing up an umpire,
Absolutely.
Which every young player needs to be shown that line sometimes.
Sometimes those young players go umpire Little League and they come back and tell me,
yeah,
can't believe how difficult this job is.
Eye-opening experience, isn't it? There's a ball inside. For ball 3-1 to count. Jeff Horst, veteran umpire, 18 years. I think his 8th trip to the state tournament this week. We'll have a couple 1A games later on. Tomorrow and Saturday. 3-1 to count here. Chase Mosley. Runners on first and third. The ball upstairs, ball 4. Mosley takes the walk. The bases are full now of Lancers. Coach Bryant will take the slow walk out to the mound to have a word with his sophomore pitcher, Calvin Harris, as Harris had a hold of the rosin bag and throws that down in frustration a little bit. Gently. Didn't slam it down, and now his battery, Ludwig, will come out and have a word with Coach Bryant as well. There's a 3-person meeting on the mound. With nobody out, a Lancer runner on every base. They have not scored yet in this game. First time they've had a runner on third base now with Barreca on third. In the bottom of the third, Bobcats lead this contest 5-0. 1 run in the first and 4 in the second for Western Dubuque.
Casey's going over a little defensive strategy with the few infielders, but nobody's warming up in the Western Dubuque bullpen. No surprise there. Harris is definitely his man at this moment.
Most likely the next pitcher would come from the field here for the Bobcats, you would think. Maybe Goodman, maybe not.
Or Bierman, he's first baseman.
True.
Pretty hard to warm up when you're playing.
Very true. You don't have the options like the college or big leagues do. 1-0 the count. The ball low inside gets away from Ludwig, but not far enough for the runners to advance. Brooks Sonny standing in. As Sonny struck out swinging his last time of the first. Harris from the windup here. Time is called by Sonny to reset himself. And now the 1-0 pitch on the way from Harris. This one's walloped in the left field. Going back, left fielder reaching up. Quagliano hauls it in. The runner will tag and come in from third. North Scott's on the board in the form of Barreca. As the RBI sac fly from Sonny gives us one down. It's 5-1 now, Western Dubuque.
Sonny hit that ball hard. In fact, the left fielder almost made me nervous that he wasn't going to get that ball. He had to give it a little extra oomph to get back there. Ball carried well. He hit the ball in the nose. Fortunately for Western Dubuque, only one run and an out's posted on the board.
Jake Mathias will stand in now. He struck out looking his last time up. The left-hander stands in with runners on first and second. One away here in the last of the third. He ropes this one to right side. One bouncer to Gasper. The 4-6. Free double play. Gets the Bobcats out of it. Only one run for North Scott. Great job by Harris and company getting out of it. To the fourth we go. 5-1. Western Dubuque. Bobcats. State baseball. KMCH Sports. This ball's hit well off the bat and over the head of the right fielder, Mathias, by Kyle Lehman. And he will have a stand-up double to start this top of the fourth inning. Bobcats getting their seventh hit of the game there as they lead this contest 5-1. Sawyer Nauman will stand in. Kyle Lehman getting his first hit of the game as Lehman now has 47 of the year. Ball's hit down the line, foul off the bat of Sawyer Nauman. Runner Lehman will have to retreat back to second base. Nobody out, runner on second here for the Bobcats.
The ball always seems to carry well to right field here, especially towards the evening. The flags are blowing a little bit, and right fielder got a kind of a bad jump and then not a great angle, and before he knows it, it's over his head.
Ball in the dirt outside. That's blocked by Barreca. He couldn't find it initially. He's able to after he gets rid of the mask. Counts even out 1-1. As the 1-1 is ripped right up the middle on the ground into center field. Lehman will be held. Stop sign up by Coach Bryan at third. And a single in the center off the bat of Nauman. His first official bat a hit there as he was hit by a pitch his first two times up. The hit to center there is a back-to-back hits to the outfield for the Bobcats here in the fourth. And just going to say, we'll see how long Coach Rouse and company go with the pitcher Dennison here. And that might be it here with 68 pitches, runners on first and second, nobody down. Talking to him right now, not taking the ball yet. See how long he'll go. Zach Bierman will stand in now. Sawyer Nauman getting his 43rd hit of the season for the freshman there. And now we will have a change. Dennison will be done. We'll tell you more about the new North Scott pitcher when we come back Runners on first and third, nobody down. Top of fourth. Western Dubuque leads this Class 4A quarterfinal at the state tournament 5-1. Back after this from KMCH Sports. Back into Principal Park in Des Moines, 5-1 Bobcats. Runners on first and third, nobody down. The first pitching change of the game. It's Grayson Dresik. Dresik, the sophomore, right-hander on. Runner goes. Barreca going to throw down, and it skips past the shortstop into center field. Bobcats will score another run, 6-1 on the throwing error there. Barreca trying to take a chance, and it was third base side of second. It skipped through. I don't think he would have had him anyway. As a tough play there. Nauman getting in on the stolen base, and Lehman.
I wonder if there's a communication area. It almost looked like he was throwing it to where shortstop sometimes cuts it off.
Maybe a cutoff, yeah. That's what I was thinking. As scoring on the error there is Lehman. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 here in the fourth. 6-1 Bobcats. Bierman standing in. Zach takes a play ball downstairs. 3-0 the count. Bierman had a hit to right. RBI his first time up. RBI sac fly to right field. His last time the second. So 2 RBIs and a hit for Bierman in this game so far. Got 29 hits and 22 runs batted in.
The key is the Bobcats have answered that run that North Scott got last inning.
And there's a ball off the plate.
Good teams always respond, seems like.
It's been a strike. Now it's 3-1. I believe that's the correct count. 3-1, and upstairs, ball 4. High there, ball 4. Bierman takes the walk. Still nobody out here. Only the third batter in this inning. First batter at Dresik facing Grayson Dresik. He pitched against Beckman way back in the first game of the year. We had that one for you here from KMCH Sports. North Scott winning at Jink Field in Dyersville, 7-3 over Beckman. The Highway 136, Highway 20 rivals of Western Dubuque, of course, as Dresik is 13th appearance. There's a bunt right back to the mound off the bat of Quagliano to third. Got the out of the force out and safe as the throw went third to first. Being out is Quagliano. They do get the force out of Nauman at third. 1 away, runners on first and second.
Yeah, you just didn't get the angle that you want. You put it right back to the pitcher. Easy play. Third baseman can stay home, cover the base, and sacrifice failed.
And the fielder's choice, it becomes the pitcher, Quagliano on first, Bierman on second. Devin Ludwig stands in, takes the ball outside. 1-0 the count. Here to Ludwig, grounded out his last time to Webster at short, hit by a pitch, and scored back in the second. 6-1 Western Dubuque. We're in the top of the fourth inning. This one's up and out of play right side. And the count's even 1-1 the count. Western Dubuque State Baseball brought to you in part by Financial Strategies, Dave's Complete Construction. Also by Meyer Mechanical, Riker Shoes, Spring Green Lawn Care.
John, you cover a lot of games. I see a lot of games. Bunting, even for sacrifices, not let alone for hits, seems to be an art that's kind of lost. Even at the MLB level.
It is a dying thing, and no one wants to bunt. That's no fun to watch. But it's 2-2 the count. I agree. I see your point, but yeah, it's going to that theme of the strikeout there, swinging by Devin Ludwig. The third strikeout. Check that fourth for the Bobcats offense here. Third swinging and one looking gives us the second out. Brings up Ben Bryant now. It's a right-handed hitter. Takes it neck high there for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Nobody's talking about launch angles on bunts, are they?
No. Velocity, exit, all that? No. Not so much. The 1-0 runner going second to third. The throw down. It was a good one, but just in there. The right foot gets in before the tag came of Bierman.
Bierman must have ran on his own. The runner at first did not follow suit on the steal, so it wasn't an all-out double steal or someone missed a sign.
As Bierman, 20th stolen base, 20 of 21 now on the season. The sixth batter of the inning, Ben Bryant standing in, 1-1 the count. With 2 away, runners on first and third. Bobcats have added 1 here in this top of the fourth. They lead the game 6-1. Looking for their first state tournament win since their last appearance in 2012. Scott has won 1 time at the state tournament back in 2004. They lost their contest here in 2015. That was a year that they beat Western Dubuque in semifinals, postseason play, 3-2 in Farley. Ball inside off the plate. As this series only goes back to 2015. To that game, 2-1. North Scott 3 meetings as North Scott has won 2 one-run games, and Bobcats won 2-0 neutral contest last year in Waterloo. They're 1-1 in neutral games and 1-0 at home in Farley for Western Dubuque. Ball fouled up and out of play right side. We're full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here to the number 9 batter, Ben Bryant. Bobcats trying to add some more insurance runs. They lead 6-1. There is a ball outside, too far for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. 2-out variety base on balls. Bryant is on. And it brings up the top of the order, Damon Jager now.
Neat thing about attending the state tournament, the foul balls are yours to keep. Haven't seen any brawls over any yet like we do at MLB, but
as Bierman on third, Quagliano on second, Bryant on first, Jager stands in.
Here it's 6-1. Bases loaded. Nice little gapper here would be beautiful.
2 hits and a flyout last time. Foul ball in the batter's box. Hits his right leg for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Here's Damon Jager, the junior. 5 runs, so he's scored 47 now in the season. Leads the team in that column. And the 0-2 pitch from Dreesig is swung at and missed. The catcher, he steps on the plate for the force out. And that's the way the top of the fourth will come to a close. 1 more for the Bobcats into the last of the fourth week. State Baseball, AMC Sports. Back in Principal Park in Des Moines, we're at the bottom of the fourth inning. 6-1. Bobcats lead this game. John Swisher, Jeff Horst. Western Dubuque State Baseball. Bobcats cruising along here. 6, 7, 8. Lynch, Dennison, and Schneider slated for North Scott. The Lancers, the 3 seed, coming in 28-10. Bobcats, the 6 seed, 33-9. North Scott coming in winning 5 of the last 6. Bobcats have won 4 of their last 7 games, including 3 in a row in the postseason. All shutouts, 2-0 for Bettendorf. 1 5-0 and Prairie 9-0. Here's a bouncing ball left side, past the efforting shortstop Goodman into left field. It'll be the 4th hit of the game for the Lancers and the 4th leadoff hit as well. Every one of them has gone to left field in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, now 4th inning. But just not able to do much with them until that 1 run came in the last inning here for North Scott. Bobcats are hoping to keep it that way. Kyle Dennison is being hit for by Dresik here, the pitcher of record now, who came in for Dennison. The ball in the dirt gets by the catcher Ludwig. He throws it down. In there is Lynch.
A tough break for the Bobcats with Calvin throwing so many ground balls, serving so many ground balls up. Now the double play ball is taken out of order.
Dennison struck out his only at bat as Dresik stands in here. We'll check the numbers on him. 1-0 the count as he takes a look at a pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Grayson Dresik, 26 at bats on the year, 5 hits. He knocked in 3 sacrifices, 192 hitter. Pops this one up right side out of play. So the count to go to 2 balls and 1 strike now. Right on second, nobody down in the last of the 4th inning. And this one is fouled back in the netting behind home plate. Count stays at 2-2.
Good example why we have screens in front of high school dugouts at most sites. That ball was coming in there out head high.
The 2-2 forthcoming here from Harris. The Dresik. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away off the shin guards of Ludwig and not going to have a play as it bounds all the way out in foul ground, almost a third of the way down the line, third base line. Runners will be on first and second now. Nobody out. Austin Schneider comes in. Just a bad break that time. Not much you can do about it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. The pitcher's done his job, got him out. The catcher just couldn't quite get it blocked. Hit the shin guards and squirmed away.
Courtesy runner out at first base, trying to get a number on him for Dresik.
Yeah, the North Scott numbers are hard to see. Infield flies in order here and another ground ball. I think it's number 10.
And there's her answer coming. And Peyton Diekman, the junior it is, number 10, good eyes. You don't hear that much, do you?
Typically not. They usually say they see better eyes on potatoes.
Oh, my. That's not very nice. There's a strike in the knees on the outside corner. Austin Schneider for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Runners on first and second. Schneider grounded out to third his last time in the second. Stands in here with 2 runners on, nobody down in the last of the 4th. Squibbler left side, foul ball, or even and 1-1. 0-2, I should say. The scoreboard is wrong. Mr. Avalero is pointing that out. And playing umpire, making sure people know it is 0-2 here. The scoreboard has not got the memo yet. Runners on first and second. Now they put 1-2, and time is called by the batter, Austin Schneider.
It tends to happen here occasionally, and the home plate umpire is doing a good job of signaling strikes to the side. I know sometimes that people have a different mechanic. It's hard to see.
There's a ball. Popped up right side, down the line. The race is on for the souvenir that time. Young Lancers down the right field side. Bobcats, decent crowd on hand here. A lot of black, red, and white on the third base side. Bobcats occupying that third base dugout. You're back at state since the first time since 2012. Majority of these people haven't been here before rooting on Bobcat baseball. Some have, I'm sure. As 0-2 the count. As a swinging strikeout there, Austin Schneider goes down. Austin Helton now stands in. For the first out there, Schneider with the swinging K, and Helton, who struck out swinging his last time in the second, stands in now. As this one brought the fastball up and in, swung on and missed by Helton. Strike one.
Does Calvin have officially now, John?
We'll check here. Runners on first and second. As Helton showing bunt, going to bunt it right back to Harris. Harris steps and throws, gets his man on the 1-3 put out for out number 2. The sacrifice there.
He didn't really have a good angle there. Calvin thought about going to second, but I think he made the right choice. Make sure you get that second out and work from there. One more out away from getting out of this inning.
6 strikeouts for Harris to answer your question. One looking variety so far in this game. We're at the bottom of the fourth with 2 down. Runners on second and third. After the 1-3 sacrifice spun out by Helton, Baraka is in. Baraka will go down to first base on the intentional walk there by the Bobcats. As don't want to mess with one of the leading hitters on this team. You can't blame him with the base open.
Absolutely not. Baraka's obviously a great hitter. Not very often do you see the catcher bat leadoff. Kind of like a Joe Madden type thing. That didn't work out so well, though, did it?
I'm trying to think of olden day catchers that batted leadoff. There weren't many of them. Pudge Rodriguez? Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think of a leadoff hitter in MLB. More catchers that would have had a little more speed.
Kyle Schwarber, briefly.
But never
But he was not catching that. He was playing left field.
Talking about catchers here. Sure is not Mackie Sasser for the Mets. There's a ball inside off the plate. 1-0 count. 2 outs, bases loaded. Let's think of some catchers here. Bob Uecker, I don't think he ever did. No. He's one of the funniest catchers of all time, though, and the best broadcasters there is out there with the Brewers still. Ball fouled right side. 1-1 count. There to Cale Webster. In the bottom of the fourth inning, 6-1. Western Dubuque leads this game. The 1-1. Swung on and miss for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Some of the Cubs catchers, definitely not Rick Rona, not Rick Wilkins,
Jody Davis.
Not Jody Davis, even though Harry had a great song about Jody Davis. Not Joe Girardi. Not Damon Berryhill. There's a ball downstairs in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. Definitely not Lloyd McClendon. 2 down.
Well, you got a good memory. Not many catchers run real well after they've been squatting all day.
The 2-2. On the way, upstairs, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. Your favorite team, the Reds. Johnny Bench, I'm sure, never let off. He was too good of a cleanup hitter.
He was definitely paid to drive in runs. 389 home runs.
Who was the catcher when they were good in 1990 when they won it? There's a ball 4 missing. Are still loaded after a walk in there. Webster draws the 2-out walk, gets himself a RBI as Lynch will score the second run. And Dykeman will go over to third. The base is still juiced here. Second run comes in, 6-2. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
The Reds catcher in the 90 World Series team was number 9, Joe Oliver.
Joe Oliver, that's right. Good one. He was right. Outer half, 0-1 the count.
He was slow-footed.
Had that long, curly hair, kind of a mullet type hair. Yep. There's a ball hit in the center field. It's going to get down. 1 run is in. 1 more coming in. The throw first base side of home plate. Just like that, it's a 6-4 ball game. Bobcats lead only by 2 here. Still a lot of game left in this one. In the bottom of the fourth. And quietly, with 2 down, North Scott cutting into this lead.
Fortunately for the Bobcats, that throw sailed over the cutoff man, but the Lancers did not move up to another base. They're still at first and second.
So hit into center field. 2 RBI hit by Mosley. His first hit of the game. That's his 32nd. RBI is now 32 as well. As we'll see how long Coach Bryant will go here with Calvin Harris, the 8th batter this inning. Brooks Sonny standing in.
The pitch count's up to 70.
So runners on, first and second. 3 runs have scored. It's 6-4. But Sonny struck out his first time of the first. RBI sac fly to left field his last time of the third. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Bobcats lead by 2. Ball in the dirt for ball 1. 1 and on the count. Harris to look in. Sonny, the right-handed batter, will chop this one left side and right to Goodman on the run. Steps on the bag for the 4-shot for the 3rd out. 3 runs scored by North Scott. They cut the lead to 2 for the Bobcats. 6-4 to the 5th we go. Bobcats, State Baseball, KMCH Sports. Top of the 5th inning is here. This game an hour and 21 minutes old. Bobcats lead 6-4. They led 6-1 until that bottom of the 4th inning when 3 runs were scored by North Scott. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. And Sam Goodwin will stand in and lead things off. He has 2 hits so far in this game. He was hit his other at bat in the 2nd inning and scored in that 4-run second. Takes the ball outside there for ball 2. 2-1. The count here to Sam Goodman. 2, 3, 4. Goodman, Harris, and Lehman due up for the Bobcats at the top of inning number 5. This one is fouled back out of play for a souvenir, and the count stays at 2-2.
Bobcat fans are mad. I'm a little upset with the first call, but as a plate umpire, we don't work 8 or 10 days. We're off 10 days. We kind of lose our rhythm, Give them a break.
2-2. This one's skied right center field. Center fielder Mosley shifting over there and will make the catch on the run. A fly out round number 1. Calvin Harris will stand in. Jeff Horse, fellow partner, the veteran umpire, his 8th state tournament this year, 18 years. From Clinton, East Central grad of 1987, and another 1987 grad who umpired later on at this tournament, Class 3A on Friday and Saturday. Matt Naum, a good friend of ours. He's joined us for basketball and baseball broadcasts here on KMCH, most notably for Cascade games, as nominated 87 grad of Cascade High School's 14th trip. Congratulations to him, a Dubuque County native, Mr. Naum, good friend of yours as well.
Matt's an excellent umpire, great ball and strike guy. Guy loves the game and does a great job every night.
Yes, indeed. There's a strike in the inside corner, thigh high, 2-1 the count. There's Calvin Harris.
He was with the governor, the legend, Blair Gleason, and now he's doing a great job with Nick Callahan.
Yes.
Nick's an up-and-comer.
2006 graduate of Cascade, Nick Callahan. Blair Gleason, the old veteran. They got Matt into officiating. 25 years for Matt Nauman umpiring.
And we need more umpires. We can talk about that later.
Officials, umpires, that's been well notable over the last year or so. Just when we get to the state tournament, pushing for younger officials to get in. There's a strike on the inside corner. Harris wasn't sure again. Home umpire called it for strike two. We're full 3-2. Off speed outside. And time is called.
Got loose from the bullpen.
Harris was pointing down the third base line, and a ball from the bullpen, as Jeff said, coming in, and it saved Harris from striking out as time was being called by the third base umpire, Michael Kelly. As thank you very much when that happens. And now North Scott's head coach is coming out and saying, did that have any effect? Could that have waited? But if the third base umpire was calling it right away, he just didn't hear it at the plate.
Once an umpire says dead, we are officially dead. And then
no matter if you hear it or not, if you're calling it.
Yep. Sam Goodman with the assist from the bullpen or the catcher.
Goodman warming up.
Maybe you let it go through, huh, John?
In that bullpen, no. That would never happen on purpose. The 3-2 on the way. There's strike three anyway. On the inside corner, right above the knees. Harris can't believe it. The two strikes look like an awful good pitch from here.
My high school coach said if it's too close to take, don't leave it in the umpire's hands, and that pitch looked too close to take. From up here, anyway.
It did. Kyle Lamon standing in. Got to hit his last time and scored in fourth inning. Bobcats lead the game 6-4. 2 outs here in the fifth. There's a strike at knees on the inside corner for strike one. To Lehman. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the fourth for the Bobcats offense. For North Scott, they scored 1 in the third and 3 more in the fourth. There's a swing and a miss and a pitch downstairs in the third. For strike two, 0-2 the count. Here to Kyle Lehman. Lehman, the left-handed junior, stepping back in. And the 0-2 on the way. Up and in. Ball one. 1-2. Two outs here in the fifth. The 1-2 on the way upstairs. Shoulder high. Ball two or even 2-2.
Nice if Western Dubuque could get a base run around right now. North Scott's got a little momentum going, and they're kind of getting juiced a little bit. Nice to break that momentum up with at least a base runner here.
The 2-2 on the way, and a hard shot down the line, but foul. Found the bullpen back into fair territory. The right fielder will chase it down. The first base umpire, Joshua Baxter, calls time to allow the right fielder, Mathetas, to do that. Check the Major League Baseball scoreboard. The Cubs got the win today, winning their 2-game skid against the Diamondbacks, 2-1 at Wrigley Field. The Blue Jays and the Twins are tied at 6 in the ninth. Baltimore down to Boston in the second early in that game. The Yankees lose to Tampa Bay today 3-2. There's a ball upstairs just missing his own. North Scott faithful can't believe it.
That's a pitch typically not called in the 4A level. You start getting above the belly button, you're in an area that usually is ball.
Ball 3. 3-2 the count on the way. And this one, fastball rifled out of play left side,
which defies the strike zone definition, which is the midway point between the belt and the shoulders. But it seems like that zone in 4A kind of gravitates a little bit lower and down to the bottom of the knees.
It favors the hitters. The 3-2 off speed, bounce right side. Second baseman Schneider is there on the run. He'll fire the first and get his man. Bobcats go 1-2-3. The bottom of the fifth we go. 6-4 Western Dubuque. State baseball. KMCH Sports. Bottom of the fifth inning, 6-4 Western Dubuque. Bobcats trying to advance on to semifinal play on Friday night. Take on the winner of the game coming up next. The 2-seed Urbandale, 33-6. Marshalltown, 20-18. The Bobcats are the 7th seed of Marshalltown. That winner takes on this winner Friday night at 5 o'clock. The other semifinal already set. Cedar Rapids, Washington got the upset of the tournament so far. As in the game that lasted over 2 hours, they upset number 1 Johnston, ending their season at 34-6. Cedar Rapids, Washington improves on at 26-17 with a 7-5 win earlier today. The Wash takes on West Des Moines Valley. There's a bouncer right side off the bat of Mathatus. Second baseman Gasper has it. Up and over to Bierman for the 4-3 groundout. Out number 1. Good start here for the Bobcats as they need to shut the door here in the middle of the lineup as Mathatus, Lynch, and Dresik are due up for North Scott after they had 3 runs in the 4th and a 1-2-3 defensive inning. It definitely got the momentum on the side, but the Bobcats would like to kill right here.
Yeah, it's really important inning. I feel the Bobcats, if they can throw a 0 a bucket back up on the board here, it's really, really important. North Scott's really starting to feel the momentum and the emotions are starting to show.
Calvin Harris still out on the mound. The sophomore has thrown 75 pitches now. As we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 6-4 Bobcats with the advantage. The 0-1, fouled back in the net behind home plate. Off the bat of Trevor Lynch, the DH. It was 2 for 2. 2 hits and a run scored so far in this game.
This is the bottom part of the lineup for North Scott as well, so.
As a 6-batter, Lynch bounces this one left side. What a play by Nauman behind the back and a throw across and not able to get him in time. A valiant play, diving right behind the bag, going to his right and snaring that ball in the air. And then the throw off a mark and getting there in time is Lynch. Or 1 on here with 1 down. We'll have a runner at first base. What an effort there. Number 4 will be the runner here. And so the infield hit. And that is the 6th hit of the game for the Lancers now. Brings up Grayson Dresik as number 4. Tony Christner. Christner, the junior.
It's runner for the Lancers. Number 4, Tony Christner.
Right now, we got 1 out. Calvin Harris is at 77 pitches. You know, Coach Bryant would probably like to get him through at least this inning, if not 1 more if he can.
1 on, 1 down. A strike there on the outside corner of the knees to Dresik. Batted his first time in the 4th. Struck out with a drop third strike. Allowed him on, and he scored. The second run of that 3-run 4th inning for North Scott. Takes strike 2 there. 0-2 the count with 1 on and 1 down here at the bottom of the 5th. The 2-run lead for Western Dubuque. 6-4. They led 6-1 into the bottom of the 4th inning. North Scott, the home team in their white uniforms. There's a ground ball left side. Deep in the hole. Backward stab by the shortstop. Goodman's going to throw. Not going to be in time. The throw is up the line. The home plate side of first. And making it to first is Dresik. Runners on first and second, 1 down.
Yeah, nice play by Goodman to just stop the ball. Probably should have held on to it. Unfortunately for the Bobcats, nothing hazardous happened.
Another infield hit. Back-to-back infield hits here. As now 7 hits on the game for North Scott, 8 for the Bobcats, and time is called. Coach Bryant is out on the bump. The rest of the infielders make a slow walk in as the battery of Ludwig and Harris is already there. So they talk things over here with 1 out, runners on first and second. Austin Schneider stands in, and Schneider is 0 for 2. He grounded out to Nauman at third his first time in the 3rd and struck out his last time in the 4th swinging. Coach Bryant.
Yeah, the next time he comes out, this will be his second charge defensive conference. Next time he comes out, there will be a pitching change.
Words of encouragement, clap of the hands, and he's ready to go. Talks to the home plate umpire. He's on the way back, and now we're ready to go. Runners will retreat back.
Sometimes you just got to break the momentum, give your pitcher a little rest, get things set in. He threw a ground ball here and gets another ground ball coming up, and he could be out of this inning in 1 pitch with 1 out and double play ball in order.
Number 8 batter, Schneider, the 4th batter of this inning for North Scott. 1 out, and this one is skied center field. Bryant going to his right, makes the catch in left center field, deep enough for the runners to tag. They'll both move up to second and third, but the FA gives us 2 down. As Bryant got over there in a hurry, got in as quick as he could, but as I said, as deep as it was, not much you could do. Runners tagging up, brings up the number 9 man, Austin Hilton now.
No chance really to do anything there. Maybe if he would have come to second base, but the cutoff man went and took him to third, and you got the number 9 guy up here, 2 outs, and still get out of here.
Austin Helton has sacrificed bunt out his last time of the 4th. He struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Stands in here with runners on second and third. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-4, Bobcats lead. Big situation in this game as Barreca waits on deck. In and ready is Helton. Austin Helton, a senior, batting .248. A swing and a miss there for strike 1. 1-0 the count. Helton, 25 hits on the year, 7 runs batted in. That one goes by in the air. The catcher going to throw it in, and the tag out at home. You betcha. What a bounce off the base of the wall behind the plate. Came right back to Ludwig, diving for it from his knees, threw a strike to Harris covering, and Harris just had to lay on the tag of the runner, Christner, and the 2-1 on the putout there gets the Bobcats out of it. Still 6-4 to the 6th we go. Bobcats, State Baseball, KMC Sports. Back in, top of the 6th inning, 6-4. Bobcats with the lead. Sawyer Nauman puts a charge in this ball. Well out of play, left side. Out of Principal Park here in Des Moines, home of the AAA affiliate of the Chicago Cubs, the Iowa Cubs, of course, here in the capital city on this beautiful Wednesday evening. The final Wednesday in July 2018. A strike called there to Nauman for strike 2. 0-2 the count. 6-4 Bobcats. First part of the 6th inning, as this game is an hour and 37 minutes old. Ball on 1-2 now to Nauman. Got to hit his last time up. Hit by a pitch his first 2 times in this game. Takes one neck high there and outside for ball 2, or even 2-2. Sawyer Nauman, another one of the younger players on this roster for Coach Bryan and company. As Nauman, happened there? Foul ball. Fouls it off of his body in front of the plate for the count remain 2-2. Barreca calls time, hustles out to have a word with his young pitcher, Dresik, as Nauman is one of the freshmen on this team for the Bobcats.
Impressive looking freshman.
Yes, indeed. As talented group here, 33-9, trying to get the state tournament win. As there's a ball right field. Going back is Mercedes. He hauls it in with his back towards the infield, just shy of the warning track. As Nauman, a long fly out, the F9 for out number 1, brings up Zach Bierman now.
Boy, the ball just tends to carry to right field. If I'm a coach and I bring a team to the state tournament, I'm definitely putting emphasis on the ball will keep rolling back on you. So get a little deeper than you think, even when you're running back. I thought that ball was going to get over his head again.
They just nice job staying with that ball. Drifting back with the sun. Finding the angle he had. Bierman chops this one foul left side. And it's 0-1 the count. Zach Bierman walked his last time. Got 2 RBIs his first 2 times up. Takes a strike there. 0-2 the count.
Little Wrigley Field practice for the Cubs players here at right field in the sun, huh?
Yeah, never hurts. As they swung on and missed there, up and in. Swinging is Bierman. Round number 2. 7 strikeouts now for the Bobcats offense against the pitching of Dennison and Dresik, the 2 North Scott hurlers.
Dresik's been a lot more around the strike zone for sure. Goodman's still warming up down in the bullpen for Upwood.
As Quagliano takes a strike there. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. 2 away. Goodman just watching now that Western Dubuque bullpen. There's a strike at the knees of the outer half. Quagliano down now in the hole 0-2. I believe.
Yes.
On the scoreboard officially, there's a little number off the handle of the bat. Shortstop to throw and get his man. Nice stretch by Dowdy at first. The 6-3 ground out. 1-2-3 inning. At the bottom of the 6th we go. 6-4 Western Dubuque. Back after this from KMCH Sports. John Swisher, Jeff Horace back with you from Principal Park in Des Moines. Day number 5 of the 2018 State Baseball Tournament. There's a ground ball right side off the bat of Austin Helton. Gasper gets to it, scoops it up. Guns it to Bierman at first for the ground out to the second baseman for out number 1 here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Bobcats still hanging on to that lead. The score of 6-4. They're up 1-0. After 1, they scored 4 more in the second. Or Scott not scoring a run until the 3rd. 1 run for the Bobcats in the 4th, and 3 for North Scott in the 4th. Then that's where we sit 6-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The top of the order, Tony Barreca standing in. He scored his last 2 times up. He was intentionally walked. His last time in the 4th, got a hit and scored back in the 3rd. Time is called by Barreca here after a strike, 1-1 the count. Calvin Harris out there, starting his 6th inning of work. He's thrown 86 pitches so far in this game. The 0-1 on the way. It's the ball down and out for ball one. 1-1 the count. Here to Tony Barreca. 2 hits in this game for Barreca. Came in the first and third innings. Long look in by Harris. The 1-1 on the way, and it's lifted in the air right side. Going to get out of play. Souvenir back behind that first base dugout. Bounces several rows up and into the upper section where the race is on for the little Lancers and their little uniforms. Tops anyway to chase that ball down. Great efforts here by the folks at the association, making sure getting a sponsor have those foul balls to be souvenirs, as they've done here for a number of years. Ball in the dirt there in front of the plate for ball two. We're even out. 2 balls, 2 strikes with the 1 down. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2-run lead for the Bobcats.
Shade starting to creep into the field. Wonder how much that affects the hitters, if at all.
Plate is all in the shade right now. Swinging a miss. Barreca goes down swinging. He's retired for the first time in this game. That's a big out there with 2 down. Top the order. Number 2 hitter Cale Webster will stand in now.
90 pitches, 2 outs.
Sitting all right now. We'll see if he lets Harris go for the complete game or brings in somebody to save it out. Bobcats will try to add insurance runs at the top of the 7th inning, as they'll have the bottom of the order up 8-9-1 to up for the Bobcats. 1-0 the count. Here to Webster. There's a strike. Thigh high on the inside corner. We're even to 1-1. With 2 away. Webster's walked his last 2 times up. He earned an RBI after walking with the bases loaded his last time at the 4th. He reached on the error, was stranded back in the first inning. As he hit the bat.
No, it was a check swing. It went off the catcher, and they appealed, and
no can do. He held up on that one for 2 balls and 1 strike.
Bobcats, Sam Goodman does have 3 saves on the year, so he's been in pressure situations as a reliever.
Lehman, Bierman, and Ben Klein all have 1 save, as does Jager and Nauman for the Bobcats. As ball 3 there. 3-1 the count here to Webster. 3rd batter in this bottom of the 6th. Bobcats have kind of taken the momentum back here, shutting down North Scott after the Lancers scored those 3 runs in the 4th to get themselves back in this game. Haven't been able to do anything since. Ball fouled on the play left side there for strike 2. We're full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down. Bottom of inning number 6, 6-4. Bobcats lead this game. 6-8-2 for Western Dubuque. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for North Scott. There's a bouncing ball left side in front of third base coach for the Lancers in the box down the left side. And 3-2 pitch coming again from Calvin Harris, the outstanding sophomore.
Got a ball down in the bullpen there that was fouled off. We got to wait for it. Brad Ward did a nice job dodging the ball after coaching first base for many years at North Scott, now the co-coach.
Long-time assistant. His first year, along with Travis Rouse. There's a bouncer left side. Goodman has it. The gun to first, got his man. 6-3, ground out, out number 3. To the 7th we go. Bobcats lead this game 6-4. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. Back in, top of the seventh inning is here. This game an hour and 49 minutes old from Principal Park in Des Moines. Bobcats leading the Lancers in North Scott 6-4 in this Class 4A quarterfinal contest. Devin Ludwig standing in, number 8 batter for the Bobcats, and has a 2-1 count against Dresik, the sophomore right-hander for North Scott. There's a strike on the outside corner by High for strike 2. We're even 2 balls and 2 strikes down to Ludwig, who struck out his last time in the fourth. He grounded out back in the third, hit by a pitch, and scored in the 4-run second inning for Western Dubuque. 2-2 off-speed pitch, stays out and down for ball 3. We're full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Devin Ludwig, Bryant, and Jigger, the 8-9-1 part of the order for the Bobcats. And there's strike 3. Inside corner, he knew it, couldn't pull the trigger. Ludwig goes down with second strikeout for him in a row.
Dressik's been really effective since he's come in the ballgame. Throwing strikes, moving the ball around, and keeping everybody off balance.
Bryant standing in. Walked his last time in the fourth, hit by a pitch in the third. Struck out swinging in the second. 1 out here, top of the seventh. Western Dubuque leads 6-4. Ball taken upstairs there by Bryant. 1-0 the count. 4 North Scott at the bottom half of the seventh inning. They'll have 3, 4, 5, Mosley, Sonny, and Mathatus. As strike 1 there, we're even 1-1. Right-hander Grayson Dresik, the sophomore, 58 pitches so far in this game. The pitch misses outside there for ball 2, 2-1 the count. Dresik came in with 2 runners on, nobody out in the fourth inning to relieve Kyle Dennison, the starter here for North Scott. There's a strike right over the middle of the dish. Japanese for strike 2. We're even down 2-2. Northland State Tournament baseball tomorrow, Class 1A style, the second of 2 1A semifinals, I should say, tomorrow. Northland takes on Lisbon. We'll have all the coverage around 1:15. Brian Wheatley will join me. Ball up and out there for ball 3. 3-2 the count to Ben Bryant. 1 out here in the top of the seventh inning. So 3-2 on the way, and he sends it into center field. Going back into his right is Mosley. He'll head it in his glove. He dropped it. He slips down just shy of the warning track. He'll get it back and throw it in. Going into third is Bryant. He'll stand up. The ball hit the glove of Mosley and dropped to the turf. With 1 out, a runner on third here for the Bobcats as they look for insurance.
Wow, it looked like he had it. He ran it down nicely into the gap. Good speed. He just closed the glove a tad early, and then in the result here, if they can squeeze this run home, the home run ball isn't in play here because of the distance in the fence. With the 2-run lead, a solo homer's not going to probably be likely. But boy, if you have a 3-run lead, that's a nice cushion going into the seventh.
Third error of the game by the Lancers defense. He's up Jaeger now. Up the order man who struck out. He grounds this one hard in the gap into left field. There's your insurance run. Bryant will score easily. And the 1-out RBI single left field gives the Bobcats the 3-run lead now 7-4.
Well, that's a great bonus from the bottom of your lineup. Can deliver in clutch.
Good point. Bryant scores the 7th run of the game on the 3rd hit by Damon Jaeger. Now 41 hits on the season for Jaeger. 16 RBIs for the junior. He's on first. Sam Goodman stands in. Ball 1, a throw over. Getting back is Jaeger at first. 1-0 the count, 1 down. 7-4 Western Dubuque, top of the 7th inning. Goodman has 2 hits. Been hit by a pitch and flew out his last time. Takes a strike there. We're even 1-1. And there's the ball downstairs. Misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
You never know. 3 is nice, but 4 would be better.
Absolutely. You never take enough insurance runs. Saw North Scott put up a 3 spot in that 4th inning. As a throw over, nothing doing. Chasing a high pitch there. Goodman wishes he could have that one back. That was high. He swung through it for strike two or even 2-2.
The four-man umpiring crew, every time they throw the first base, I look at the guy at the B position at second base, and he's not doing anything. Rightfully so.
3-2 the count here. To Goodman as he stands back in ready. One out, one on. Top of the seventh. Strike three on the outside corner at the knees. Goodman thought he earned himself a walk. But the backwards K, the second out of the inning, brings up Calvin Harris now.
It's close. Don't leave it in the Blues' hands.
Talked about that all game long. Way too close with two strikes. Right on that outer edge. Calvin Harris stands in. He struck out twice. One swinging, one looking. And an RBI hit to center. His second time up in the second inning as he scored the fourth of those 4 runs in the Bobcats' second. A strike there on the count. Runner on, first base, 2 down. Top of the seventh, 7-4. Trying to get the win and advance on to Friday night semifinal at 5 o'clock. They call the winner of the game coming up later on tonight. Urbandale, the 2 seed. Marshalltown, the 7 seed. Wash, West Des Moines for a semi 7:30 Friday night. This one is looped into left field, running towards the line. The left fielder Helton will put it away. The F7 for out number 3. The bottom of the Cats get themselves an extra insurance run. They lead 7-4. This is Western Dubuque State Tournament Baseball from KMCH Sports.
Fielder, Chase Mosley.
John and Jeff back with you. Calvin Harris on here at the bottom of the 7th. Coaches were having a word now, a smile and a laugh as they head away. They're trying to check the pitch count on the board. What the state has here is 97 for Harris. And that's what we'll go with here. Ball up and in. Chase Mosley leads things off. North Scott needs 3 to keep their season alive. Both these teams unranked. The 3 seed North Scott, 28-10. The 6 seed Western Dubuque, 33-9. 7-4 Bobcats lead. Bottom of inning number 7. This one skied right field. Lehman going back, still going back on the run. Can't get to it. It's going to bounce, and he'll finally corral it on the warning track. Mosley going around towards third. The throw into third. Got him. Got him indeed. What a relay.
Awesome relay.
One out.
Again, you've seen the ball carry to right field more than a right fielder thought it was going to. The ball really sailed there, but a great relay. That's a big out. Never, ever make what out at third base.
Yes, indeed. As the 9, it was a 9-6 or 9-4-5 in the put out. Goodman with the throw to the third baseman. 9-6 it is. A 9-6-5 put out there for out number 1. What a big gift for the Bobcats after so close to either having a double or a triple starting off this inning. And getting things going here for North Scott. Bobcats defense comes up. Give themselves a 1 away now. A ball there in the dirt to Burke Sonny. 1-0 the count.
Listen to the little leaguers. Never make the first and third out at third especially down 3 runs with the game on the line with only 3 outs left to play with.
Absolutely. I didn't see it was Coach.
I did not get a look at that.
Did he wave him or did Mosley go on his own? Here's a sharp ground ball. Left side, Goodman has it up and over. Bobcats are one away from getting their 4th ever summer state tournament victory and 6th state tournament win of all time. 2 away here in this bottom of the 7th inning. The Theta stands in now. The Bobcat faithful on their feet behind that third base dugout. They can feel it here. As a ball taken, the lefty Matetis grounded out his last time, hit into a double play back in the 3rd.
Third base coach is giving the batter basically the take signal.
And there's a strike. Took strike 1 there. We're even 1-1 the count. We're just over 2 hours old. 2 hours and 1 minute to be exact here. Listening to Western Dubuque State Tournament Baseball Mix 94.7 KMCH Manchester. There's a nice play by Goodman. Backhanded stab on the ground. A deep ball hit at short by Mathetis. He will be on first base. A good effort there by Goodman, knocking that ball down, but no chance at a throw once he was able to get up. So another infield hit for North Scott's offense here.
Wisely held onto the ball, keep the force out at second, keep the short bag if you need it. Sampson played some good range here today.
Well, the talented junior, there's a reason. An athletic kid. The reason why he's going to Wichita State to play college baseball for the Shockers is Trevor Lynch, the DH, standing in here and takes a ball, 1-0 the count.
I didn't realize Sam's father was a head coach at Montezuma, and maybe another stop along the way before becoming the assistant.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Anthony's ball. First base coach for the Bobcats. Well, you can learn when you're umpiring, having conversations out there with those first base coaches, huh?
Usually those conversations are you might have missed that ball.
Wow, yeah.
Especially with the left.
You can get past that and have good conversations. There's a ground ball up the middle, and that'll get in there for a 2-out single by Trevor Lynch.
A lot of good conversations with coaches. Calvin's at 108 pitches, so he can face this batter. Well, obviously, if he throws, once he hits 110, if you're still on the mound, you can complete that. So
the batter that you start with 410.
Thank you.
As 108 here, it is for Calvin Harris. His 7th inning of pitching here. Getting the start, the sophomore. Runners on first and second, 2 away. This is Grayson Dresik, and he sends one into right center field. Bryant going over. He'll make the catch, and the Bobcats have won the game. A fly out to center into there. So 109 pitches for Calvin Harris as he gets the victory. A state tournament victory for Western Dubuque. Harris at 8-1 now. More importantly, his team improves on to 34-9 in their 43rd game. They get the 4th win in summer state history of Bobcat baseball, the 6th all-time when you figure in those 2 fall appearances back in 71 and 72. And the final here is 7-4 over North Scott as they end the Lancer season at 28-11 in their 39th contest. The Bobcats upset the 3rd seed as the 6th seed moves on. They'll take on either Urbandale or Marshalltown Friday night at 5 p.m. As we will take a break, our postgame starts next. Bobcats win 7-4. Back after this from KMCH Sports. Welcome back in on this Wednesday night. Western Dubuque baseball in the books for tonight. They'll live on another game as they'll take on the winner of this game coming up. Urbandale and Marshalltown will stick around and have a view at this one. So we're ready to go on Friday night, 5 o'clock. The Bobcats advance on with their 34th win of the year, the 7-4 victory, downing North Scott, ending their season at 28-11. As the Bobcats do a great job of staying with it here. Kind of had a little wall there, mid-innings, fourth inning. It seemed like a 6-1 lead, as we talked about with the pitching, and I think they kind of felt it too. It seemed when you have that big a margin that it's a lot more than 5 runs, and it quickly turned into a 2-run game as North Scott able to put up a little 2-out rally and score 3 runs in that fourth inning. But good job by the Bobcats of staying with it. They added 1 in the 7th inning to have an extra insurance run if they needed it. Turned out they didn't, but 3-run win for the 7-4 victory here today. But Western Dubuque able to find the answers there in the last couple innings after North Scott made a charge in that fourth.
Western Dubuque, when they come into the tournament, people wondered, could they compete at the 4A level? They went 23 scoreless innings in a row, their pitching staff did, against 4A competition and some really good teams. You knew the pitching was going to be there. Could they score runs? That was always my question going into the tournament with them when I looked at them. They were able to put up 7 runs today. Some help, some hit batters and some walks, but they got some timely hits when they needed them, put the ball in play. And with Sam Goodman, I presume the projected starter for Friday night, I tabulated him around 49, 50 scoreless innings, up there with Oral Hershiser and the MLB record of 59.
How about that?
Maybe a little different quality of hitters, but almost 50 scoreless innings, and you got him going Friday night? If you're a Bobcat fan, you got to be excited.
Max, absolutely. Confident indeed, but still got to get out there and play the game. Offense has got to come. They scored 7 runs today in the 6 of 8 years in Class of 4A baseball. Now the first ever state tournament appearance for the Bobcats here in 4A, and they get their first ever win. They're 4th now in summer state tournament play, and they're 6th ever. They're 6-5 overall. And since their first tournament appearance back in 1971 when it was the fall state tournament, they went there in 72. They've been there 05, 06, 2012, and now 2018 in the summer state appearance. Their record now sits at 4-3 in games at Principal Park here in Des Moines as they take down North Scott. Final score of this one, 7-4. We take a look at totals for the Lancers: 4 runs, 10 hits. They had 3 errors, 9 runners left on base. They struck out 6 times, 5 swinging, 1 looking against Calvin Harris, who went the complete game as Harris, a complete game, and gets his, in his 7th start, gets his 8th win of the year and 8 appearances too. 8-1 record now for Harris, who came in with a .46 ERA as he struck out those 6 batters, only walked 3 North Scott Lancers. For the Bobcats, 7 runs, 9 hits. They're actually out hit, but got the 3-1 win. 1 error for Western Dubuque. They stranded 11 runners on base. They struck out 8 times, 4 swinging, 4 looking, walked twice, and were hit 5 times. So 7 free passes against the pitching of Dennison and Dresick for North Scott. In a game that lasted 2 hours and 3 minutes, the Bobcats move on with a record of 34-9. Neutral contest now, they're 3-2. Non-conference style, they are 11-5. The first place team of the WAMAC Conference as they get the victory here over North Scott, who falls to 3-3. Neutral style, non-conference of 14-7 and 28-11 in their 39th game. So Western Dubuque doing what they needed to here to get the win as Class 4A now maybe up for grabs. We'll see. The only 2 teams we haven't seen, Urbandale and Marshalltown, will take the stage here next, both warming up in the outfield as the infield's being taken care of by the Iowa Cub staff here. As Urbandale and Marshalltown, the 2-7 seed matchup, as that's the winner that Western Dubuque will get on Friday night at 5 o'clock. As we talked about earlier, Johnson, the number 1 seed in Class 4A, taken down by Cedar Rapids, Washington earlier in the game today. In the game, it took 2 hours and 10 minutes. 7-5, Wash got the win. They'll take on West Des Moines Valley, who beat Waukee earlier in the 11 o'clock game this morning on the score of 5-1. So it'll be interesting to see how this Class 4A bracket plays out yet, Jeff.
It's wide open as always. You survive, you stay alive. Pitching is always paramount. Western Dubuque has pitching. And with Sam Goodman going Friday night, anything can happen. And they very well could be playing Saturday night if Sam continues that almost 50 innings of scoreless baseball in a row. He's thrown a no-hitter against what I thought was the best hitting team I've seen this year in 3A, Solon. He tossed a no-hitter, 1-0 victory against them. You got the man on the mound. If he does his job like he normally does, defense is sound, maybe get some of those sacrifice bunts down and get some timely hitting. The Bobcats can be playing Saturday night for the 4A state championship.
Time will tell. They'll have to get by their semifinal appearance on a Friday night against the winner. Coming up here at 5 o'clock, around a little before 5 again. We'll take the air on Friday night. We have more state tournament baseball, Class 1A style. Northland coming to you tomorrow afternoon around 1:15. Brian Wheatley will join me for the contest as Northland takes on Lisbon, a battle of 2-seed Lisbon, 3-seed Northland. This gentleman, my partner to my right, will be a little busy tomorrow afternoon as the umpire in that game, one of the umpires in that Class 1A semifinal with Northland and Lisbon. So I will be nice as always to you tomorrow, but we each will have a different view for that game tomorrow. I'll be right here. You'll be behind the plate. That'll be an interesting contest. You've seen both of those teams the last couple of years. What great quality of 1A baseball, as you talked about earlier in Eastern Iowa, and we'll get to see it tomorrow. It's a shame they have to meet in the semifinal contest, but, you have Mason City Newman, one of the powerhouses, perennial tradition here at the state tournament that will probably be awaiting that winner as Mason City Newman has to play a semifinal tomorrow, as we'll wait to see how that one shakes up. But Lisbon and Northland, what a matchup that should be tomorrow afternoon.
It's a dream. They've already played 2 one-run games. Anything can happen in those games. Got great pitchers, both teams. They got hitters, great athletes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're just honored to be able to do it. Coaches are great to work for. Fans will be hungry. I'm sure we'll get some assistance if we need it, but that happens, and everybody wants their team to win, and the coaches and players for both teams have been really good sports. We've had them a lot of years, and they're fun to work for, and that's what it's all about.
Mason City Newman, Martinsdale St. Mary's, the matchup in that game tomorrow at 11 a.m., which will be followed by that 1:30 matchup of Lisbon and Northland, as we will have that for you at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon right here on KMCH and KMCH.com.
There's one thing I'd just like to add. Being an umpire, we mentioned a little bit, John, during the broadcast, and I feel bad if I didn't say something. We need umpires, and you mentioned young umpires. You can be any age to umpire, any sex. There's people that we need for freshman games. If you're 60 years old and, I can't do the varsity game, there's tons of freshman JV, sophomore games played at 10 o'clock in the morning, the freshman games. The JV games are a little more laid back, not quite as much stress from fans and coaches.
Most of the time,
yeah, most of the time. And it's an opportunity to stay involved with the game. So if your kids have just graduated or stopped playing and you think, hey, I'd like to try it, please go to the Iowa High School website. They'll tell you how to sign up and get things going, or even ask John Swisher.
Get a hold of me.
You umpire.
Get in touch with Jeff, veteran umpires, a mentor. You're a mentor for a few umpires, I'm sure.
Yes, we are. And Larry Sharp, you mentioned earlier, over 50 years of dedication to the game. Hey, you don't have to do 50 years, 5 years.
You don't have to sign up for a lifetime deal. But that Larry did as the 78-year-old Monticello native, good friend of ours. Hello to him and all our listeners listening back home tonight, as we'll have more baseball for you tomorrow afternoon. I want to thank my partner, Jeff Horst, from Clinton, the 8th-year state tournament umpire, 18 years altogether, the East Central grad of 1987. Great job. Appreciate it. Thanks for your insight. As always, we will talk to you later on here and hopefully run that into you down the road here.
It's a pleasure working with you, John. You do a great job for high school sports, and everybody appreciates it.
Appreciate those kind words. Jeff Horst joining me here on the broadcast. Appreciate his time and insight once again for Western Dubuque baseball. The Bobcats get a victory here at the state tournament, first ever in Class 4A. They're 4th in the summer state tournament, 4-3 record now in their 4th trip for the summer state baseball tournament since 2005. 34-9 Bobcats move on. Northland baseball tomorrow afternoon around 1:15. For in-studio producer Ashley Vick, for my partner Jeff Horst, John Swisher saying have yourselves a good and safe rest of your win tonight. So long from Des Moines, Iowa.